All right. Welcome back, or if you have never been here before, welcome. Today we're going to be streaming some rapid games. Yesterday, if you saw the video or you were here, pretty good start. Beating an 1800 with a Roy Lopez, and then playing a viewer, and then finally losing to a 1600 with a horrible blunder in a modern game. So we're going to try and do a little bit better than that, and we're going to get straight into it with some rapid games. So let's just connect, and my board's turned off, so I just need to turn that back on. And let's just make sure the board is turned on and connected, and let's get into our first rapid game. So we're going to go 15 plus 10. We're going to connect the board. And hopefully it's all connected all good. Well, he's made his move, so I don't want to leave him waiting. I might need to turn my board off and turn it back on. All right, let's see if the board connects now. All right, we had a little bit of a delay on the board there. I think just like me, it's still waking up, needs its coffee. So we'll let the board set up. Now I am playing as black, so let's quickly rotate it around. And his last move was h3, so... I am playing a black lion, and I don't know much about it, so I'm just sort of giving it a go. Okay, so he played bishop to e3. I'm having wild ideas about pushing this pawn here. So if he takes here, at some stage we're going to have a push like that, but two defenders, only one attacker. Doesn't really feel right. I don't know if I want to castle yet, and I don't know if I want to push the bishop here. I could always trade off, but what happens to this pawn then? And I want to go here, but I'm always worried about moves like that, and then the knight is undefended. So we got 12 minutes, so we can think about a move. Maybe castling is just the right idea. Why did my board turn off? I did forget to charge it overnight, so maybe that's a... let's have a look. Maybe I need to put the board on charge. Maybe we'll have to switch over to the Pro. But we'll continue this game for now. So he's gone here. I think we just continue. Oh, here we go. The board has woken up. Maybe I need to have a look at the plugin and see if it's something that needs an update. Hello, Blunder Bale. Welcome. 12:52. Yeah, sorry about that. I missed that a couple of minutes ago. Had my chat minimized. Welcome. What move did he just play there? Pawn takes. So that's one move that I didn't really calculate too much. But I think that's okay. think taking him with the knight is probably the best idea. Now I do have to be careful of this move here. But now he's got this move here as well. And if I go back, comes in, but then I go across. Oh, yeah. So it's all sort of pushing in on me now. So I've got two attackers on the pawn. So he's probably going to come across here. And then I'm going to push this pawn to guard this square to stop the knight from coming in. That's feeling like the best idea here. So he doesn't do that. He goes for it first. I'm not sure why my board keeps turning off. Maybe I'll give it a rest and I'll turn it on after the game. I'm in a lot of trouble here. And that trouble came from that early pawn push, I think. So I definitely had the wrong idea in this opening. can't see the battery life on this app. It's meant to show me the app. The software that I'm usually using will show me the battery life, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just going to turn the board off, and I'll have a look at it before the next game. Which won't be too far away, to be honest, because I am not in a good position. We take those. We take those. What was that? All right. We don't want to blunder here. So if I go here, he takes there. I take here, he takes there. If I go here, yeah, I think that's the right move. And now if he tries for any discovered, well, I'm just going to take. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take with the pawn. I can't read that from here. The Manadu, how are you going? Let's have a look. Yeah, of course, man. You can add some advice. What do you need? What is on your mind? Well, the thing about that is there's no like set in stone advice on how to get from 14 to 1500. If you tell me you're a 1400 ELO blitz or rapid, it's going to make a big difference because they're two different games. Even though they're the same rules, different styles apply. So are you 1400 rapid or blitz or bullet? Now, I started playing as around a 1500 when I returned to the game a couple of years ago. Never really did any study before that. But when I returned to the game, I found that analyzing my own games was the quickest way to improve. Now, I've done videos on this, on how to analyze your games, but definitely analyzing your games, quickest way to improve, but you got to do it correctly. So when you finish your game, you don't just go straight to the game review and let the game review tell you all the answers, because that's not going to help you. Rather, once you finish a game, you need to replay that game and go over it. So I'll show you how to do that after this game. You're matching the energy of your opponent. That's nice. So there we go. So we got the win. So straight away you get this game review up here. Don't click the game review. What you want to do is you want to go back and you actually want to go through their game without the engine. Now I'm going to show you on this program here. And we'll just ignore the eval bar. Just pretend it's not there. In fact, let's just see if that works. Let's see if we got rid of the eval bar. Kind of cuts off the game a bit there, doesn't it? Let me just make sure the eval bar is off the screen. All right, so we can see the board okay. The eval bar is off the screen. Now, when we go through this game, can I turn these off? Might be able to turn the engine off altogether. Let's see if I can turn the engine off. Doesn't look like I can turn the engine off, but I have got the piece moves off at least, so we can go from there. So the best way to improve is analyzing your games, and you want to replay the game after you've already played it, just to see if you can get any ideas, and you want to see if you can pick up on any areas that were a little bit wrong. So everything here so far feels pretty good for me, but I don't have a plan here. So if you are going to be playing a specific opening, you need to know what plans you need to work with. So let's have a look. So the opening is almost complete. And this is probably the first move, which is a bit questionable. So here's where we need to stop and we need to look and find out, are there any other better moves that I could do? And you don't want to be using the engine to find this answer. You want to be going through it on your own. So could we have taken, take? Could that have happened? Could we have gone back here, maybe? Maybe instead of putting the knight here, maybe we could put it back here. Maybe that might have been a better idea. I'm liking that a little bit better, actually. D4, D4. You mean pawn takes D4? D5, maybe? D5, pawn takes, guarded, so we can't capture back. We need to be looking at better ideas. I'm actually, instead of here, that's kind of appealing as well. but it's probably still not the move. Maybe the move is just to simply develop the bishop. So that's what you want to do. You want to go through and you want to have a look at different ideas and see if you can find a different answer. Let's have a look at the move. So that was the move I made. And then pushing forward. Again, this is probably where I made my mistake in the game. So again, probably just getting the bishop out. Knight to d2. I don't like knight to d2 as much. Let's have a look. Knight to d2, because it blocks the bishop in. Blocks the bishop, but then you can push the pawn, and they take, and you take, and if they take back, you can take there. So that could have been it too. So yeah, knight to d2, knight to d7. I gotcha. So that could have been a better idea too. So let's continue. And we're going to have a look at this after. So right now we've got knight to d7 as one of the moves, or bishop to e6. So push here, that was a mistake. And I thought I was in a lot of trouble here. Now I couldn't go here because they had that. So we couldn't go all the way back. So went here. I can't see a better move, but there must be something. Maybe back here straight away. Yeah, so maybe back there straight away. As you can see, I went 1, 2 moves, so I pretty much cost myself a move there. So maybe here. Yeah, and then from here, I think the game was pretty much all over. We'll go through and we'll double check if there's any moves that were questionable. Not really. Okay, so now let's turn it on. So we've gone through the game. Now we've gone through this very quickly. What you should be doing is, if a game lasts for about 20 minutes, you should really be spending a good 10 to 20 minutes on the game trying to find it. But for the interest of saving time, we're just going to have a look here. And we're going to go through the game, and we can bring it back to the full screen now. We can bring it back, and this time we are going to let the engine help us out, because we've already gone through the game once. So that was a mistake on his part. And that's what we should be trying to find when we go through the game before using the engine, is did they make any mistakes on their moves? I did think this was kind of odd, but not really, because when it's locked up and they try to attack on one side, it's fine. Okay, so I mentioned this when I was playing the game before you got here. I don't like this move because knight takes and then the queen takes after. But the computer's actually saying this is the move. So a5. So what happens if they do this move? This is a blunder. Why is this a blunder? Why is that a blunder? Knight h to f4. Oh. Oops. That's a blunder too. Okay, so just take first. Okay, so there we go. So now we've found something in the engine analysis that we didn't find in our regular analysis, which was sometimes this can be okay. We don't just need to be fearful of that one. So particularly the knight and the queen and the bishop hanging out on the same diagonal there. Got a nice little easy pin, and the other knight supports it. So that's something I am afraid to do in a lot of games, simply because of that. And I kind of overlook the idea that, you know, there could be tactics around. So that's something that we've learnt from this game so far. Now, why is this a good move? If he takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. Okay. It doesn't look pretty, but I guess if we push the pawn up, it's defending, and then the king can come up, and then the rook can come over and up. That's interesting. Now, I actually thought that I was in a lot of trouble here, but now this is another move where that wasn't the best move, but it was actually taking it down. So we've gone through the game and we've looked at areas that were not too great and found better moves sometimes. Wow. That would have been a good move for him. So when you're analyzing the games, you should be looking at ideas that they can do too. Because we went through the self-analysis part really, really quickly. That's very strong. Look at that. And then, bam. And the game is over. Yeah, he's built different. Hikaru is built different. I'm very impressed by the calculation that they can get, especially in such a fast time control. Alright, so yeah, and that was just a straight up blunder. Now, I don't really need to analyze the rest of the game, but we will go through it just real quick. I was even considering being cheeky here. And yeah, he's not winning this. So that's all good. You know what? That probably would have been a better way to do it. Yeah. And yeah. It's good that he tried to play on, but once he gave up that queen, it was pretty much over. All right, let's see if I can get my board working today. I don't know what's going on with it. By the way, if you do want to do a challenge, feel free to add me on chess.com and I can send through a challenge. Now let's see if I can get this board working. I don't know what's going on with it. It says it's already paired, but I didn't click paired. Maybe if I just open a new chess.com window. 1 second. Let's go to a bot match. Okay, this time it's showing up with the board icon underneath, which is what I want to see. It wasn't doing that before, so maybe there was a problem with my connection. We'll let the pieces set themselves up. It depends how young you start as to whether or not you'll be able to get to their level. That's going to be a bit of a factor in it. It's a sad truth to it. But it also, it depends, like, you know, they don't always memorize all the moves. There will be times where they can explain it and they do know all the moves, but there's a lot of times where they don't know all the moves as well. And I actually went and saw Vishy Anand talk the other day, and he spoke about the memorization of moves. And it's not a case of they memorize the moves. It's more that they just have a good understanding of it. All right. So I reopened the page. Hopefully that's going to fix the issue. I do have a red blinking light, which tells me that my battery actually could be low. Maybe that's why my board is disconnecting. And if that's the case, who is my favorite? Who is my favorite? He's a character. Let's connect the board. Okay, so the board connected. And let's see if... Okay, so the board is connected, but it's got a red light. So my board is low on battery. Maybe I forgot to turn it off last night. I'll see if I can plug it into... Let's see if I can plug it in. Do you mean this guy? Yeah, I've got his book. It's quite a good read. So if you don't have his book, I recommend getting it. It's a fun read because it goes through a lot of stories and then it adds in a few games. Now this is going to turn into the Jobava London, which is an opening that I don't really know, and I never really heard about it until I returned to chess a couple of years ago, but I've never played it, and I think I'm playing it wrong here, but I'm going to... I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it's definitely something that I haven't read too much into. I got the book, I read a few chapters, but then I got really busy. But yeah, back to my favorite GM. I can't say I've really got one. I've always enjoyed watching Magnus play. Going back through time, Bobby Fischer was always one that I looked up to for his games, and Paul Morphy. He's got some exciting games. I haven't had a look at too many of them. I find his story very, very fascinating, you know. And I do wonder what skill level he would be at if he was alive today. The fact that he was probably international master strength at a time where he was the top. Nah, surely not, surely not. That wouldn't have been Andrea. No. That would be funny if it was, but I don't think so. Alexandra is the WFM. All right, so my board is completely dying on me today, so I'm gonna have to leave it turned off and let it charge for a while. So we're gonna have to go with the game over the monitor. I might switch to my Chessnut Pro actually after this game, Yeah, no, it wasn't Alexandra. She was she's very strong. She'd probably be about 2400 rapid if she played rapid, which I don't think she does. No, the person I played has a picture of a dude on their face. um, I'm not going to castle yet, but I am going to get the bishop onto this diagonal, and I'm not sure if that's the right move or not. But yeah, back to Paul Morphy, definitely definitely one of the most interesting characters for me. I don't know what the point of that move was. You think if you played 5 games against him, you could win? I don't know about a 1400 beating Alex. I am a 1800, and I don't think I would win a single game against her. She's also 1900 2000 FIDE and has won FIDE tournaments, so you know, she's putting in a lot of effort, a lot of work, so I wouldn't. Maybe I could push here. Take. Let's go here first. So I wouldn't. Yeah, if you've got a good mindset, you can beat anyone, except for Magnus. Yeah, I would say like a mindset. Your mood is definitely going to affect how you play. And that's another thing. Coming back to your improvement, 1400. Yeah, if you're stuck at 1400 and you're playing when you're in a bad mood, you're going to be stuck at 1400. Got to get out of that bad mood. He wants to push here. I mean, he could have pushed there anyway. Yeah. If you're in a bad mood, it's just going to affect you. Oh, that's definitely different. Usually when I'm tired or in a bad mood, I'm playing my worst. Oh, I'm thinking maybe here just castle now, but I'm thinking I might be losing a pawn. So what if... That looks alright. That looks okay. That's a shame. That's a real shame. And that's the thing about playing school tournament games is anything can go wrong. You have a lot of teachers who don't understand the rules, and they will allow weird things to happen. They also don't understand the significance of what's going on. There's a lot of teachers out there who love the game. Probably because it gets the kids to be quiet for a bit of time. But they love the game because of the learning opportunities in there. But then there's some who hate the game. Did I just make a mistake? I don't think so. Did he make a mistake? What if I go here? What if I go here? How does he defend that pawn? Like that. What if I go here? He goes here. And then I go here. Then he goes here. And then I go here. Then he takes there. And then I take there. And then he goes back. And then I take. Maybe I should just castle first. But if I castle, do I really want to be opening that? I feel like that pawn push is good. But maybe not. We always see these after we make the move, not before. Oh. And then he gets to go here. I mean, oh, yeah. Oh no, oh no, that could be bad. Check, move, queen comes in. Queen comes here. That's not good. It's not good. Wait, it's not check. Let's try it. Let's try it. So if he comes in here, I'll have to move the queen. I don't want to put the queen here. Then he goes here. Then I go here. But I am going to be attacking this one. But now he's, well, here, here. Push doesn't work because I take, he takes, and then the knight takes. All right, I'm just going to go switch boards. I'll be back in a moment. really wanted to take with knight. If he takes with the pawn, I can push. And then if he comes in here, oh, I'm just not seeing moves today. Okay. Got to go there. Yeah, it's a case of I think I distracted myself a little bit too much, but that's okay. It's okay. In a lot of trouble in this game, but we were in a lot of trouble in the last game too, so that's okay. Actually, I might even be willing to let him take the rook, because what is my rook going to be doing? I'm hoping. Oops, we don't want to pre-move that. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't go here, because that's going to be pretty much a nail in the coffin, because it stops me from castling. If he doesn't go there, then I'm castling kingside, and it's not great, but suddenly it's a bit better than what it was. What's the delay on the stream? I can't tell you, to be honest. It could be about 20 or 30 seconds. Yeah, I've lost a rook. Not focusing. Although he hasn't taken it yet, and I'm not sure why. Maybe he's afraid of something? I mean, I got something, but yeah. It's, he thinks I've got something. I don't have anything. Oh, okay. What? So I thought he was going to take the rook too. He's locked it up. Now I can castle. I haven't moved my king yet, have I? He goes here. Go here. Or here. Not great opportunities, but maybe here, here, take. Ready to put the... Yeah, look, it probably was. I'll admit, I was very distracted. And I think that's the reason why I'm stuck at 1700 right now, is I'm focusing a little bit too much on the wrong ideas. Now, my rook is worth 5 points. His knight is worth 3 points. But honestly, with the way it's going right now, his knight is doing a lot better. I need to be mindful of discovered attacks too. I'm very tempted just to give up the... yeah, I'm very tempted just to give up the rook for the knight here. If he moves his queen, I've always got pawn forward and then come in for an attack as well. But if I move here, take, 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 take. I'm going for that. I'm going for that. It's a bit... Knight to f6 for a better try break his pawn chain. Well, now I've got something. Unless he castles. And then I've got nothing. And if he castles queenside, come in here. Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster. Yeah, it's a bit of a sad game, but it's all right. If he pushes here, I take, he takes, and then maybe I've got something. I've also got this move here. So I've got ideas. We're good. It's not over yet. I wouldn't worry too much about making the lines. I've tried that in the past. It's okay, but then it also gets to a point where it's like the moment somebody gets off that line that you had prepared is the moment it all falls apart. Now if I go here and he takes, and then I go here, and he takes, and then I go here, and then he goes down here. Whoops, he can't. And then he goes, well, yeah, it could be something like 10 to 15 seconds. To give you an idea, as soon as your message popped up, I answered it. So, yeah, it could be a bit of a delay there. I'll have a look after the stream today and see if there is any delay set on my software. And if there is, I'll remove it because I can understand how painful that can be. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen here. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Bishop takes, rook here. Rook here. Queen there. Rook here. What I got? I got 5 minutes. How much material do I need to really make an attack on the king? Not much. The threatening checkmate on the next move. If he tries to block, I take with the pawn. And the rook comes in, and suddenly we're back in the game. I think taking that pawn with the bishop, though, was a mistake. But that's okay. That's okay. Nah. Remember this golden rule. A queen and a rook will always checkmate a naked king. So if a king's got no defenders, even if there's a whole heap of pieces on the board, if you can get your queen and your rook in there, he's not doing anything. I think his best move here is to simply block. If he comes across here, check, he goes here. I've got options of check or check. Or check. Ooh, okay, so rook goes... That's actually a decent move. He stops my rook from going over here after the exchanges. So that's a good move. That's a good move. I've got 4 minutes left. I'm ruling out these two moves. I'm ruling out this move. Yeah, that's the move I'm going for. I didn't want that because now he can come up here and I can take, and the queen can take, and where do I put my queen then? Because I don't want to trade queens. I want to put my queen here. Yes, that's where I want to put it. Maybe putting the king down there was the right idea, but I wanted to keep flexibility for the rook to come over as well. I'm just wondering if I should pre-move. I'm not going to pre-move. Let's set this board up for the next game. Where are you from, by the way? So yeah, he's in... I wouldn't... Is he in... Oh my, I didn't even see that move. Wow. I'm thinking he's in trouble. Oh my, that's... I should have gone here. Wow, that's another blunder. Oh, that's painful. If I go here, he can't take because the queen defends. If I go here, he can go here, and then I can go here. Here. So I'm going here regardless. Yes, we can play. If you send me a friend request, I can send you a challenge next game. If I go here, and he goes here, and then I go here. I mean... Oh, that's such a shame. Yep, send me a friend request, and we can do the next game. That's a shame. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? He's just going to go there, and then I'm going to go across, and then he's going to go there, and then I'm going to go across. I mean, I just got to make the moves now, don't I? I don't need to play someone good, not with the way I'm playing. I mean, this could just turn out to be a draw now. You can just go for the repetition. Oh, I'll go up here. So he has to keep giving checks. Oh, that's a shame. I thought I had this game, not won, but I thought I had like a really good attack going on, and I instantly dismissed a good move. Back up again. Back down again. Have you got too many friends already? What's he doing? What's he doing? Where's his check after this? Here. I'll just go up. Oh, I'm not playing well today. Oh, I'm not playing well at all. Ay, that's bad. Yep, that is that's yeah. I'm gonna resign this one. That was bad. That was really bad. So where's the resignation? There we go. Let's have a quick look. I think I can tell you straight away where I went wrong right at the end there. And that was the pawn move. That was a king defending the pawn. So Yeah. I instantly ruled that move out. Instantly. That one was good too. So I instantly ruled out the two good moves. Even this one probably would have been good. So I had a 75% chance of guessing the right move, and I went for the wrong move. That's I am ashamed. But it's still losing. So I shouldn't be too too harsh on myself. What's his next move here? Is that's the next move? And then what? I mean, I'm not losing here, I'm winning. That's it's I'm misreading the eval. I'm doing everything wrong. Everything wrong today. Yeah. That was a great plan. And yeah, just not good. Not good. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. So if you want to challenge me, who we got here? Who we got? Kepi. So Kepi, we'll play a game in a moment. Lamando, and sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Go ahead and figure out what the issue is with sending me a friend request, and then we'll get that going. But let me just quickly reload my browser. I'll be back in a minute or so. So I'm just going to play this song expressing.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move, let the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Loser. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking like the board like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise. Long way back, but he refused but lose.
All right, we are back. Yeah, so try to figure out what the issue is. If it's a challenge, it may not be received because you're selecting rated game. If you want, you can also put your name in chat and I can add you. Thank you for the likes on the TikTok live. Please keep tapping away. We're going for 1,000. And once you get to 1,000, we're going to bump it up to 100,000. So get tapping. And yes, we are streaming on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So feel free to watch on whichever is your preferred platform. I wouldn't worry about people's ratings. He's playing this near perfectly, so he's doing all right. Welcome back, by the way. Let me know your chess.com username, and I'll add you, and then I'll send you a challenge after this game. And by the way, guys, there is no bad in the game. Your rating does not define who you are. It's your recent game which will tell you how good you've played. So don't worry about any of that. Instead, just worry about the game you're playing. My last game was incredibly bad. Giving up a winning position with a one-move blunder. Welcome back again. Yeah, as I was saying, go ahead and drop your username in the chat if you want, and I can add you on the website. All right. So you should have got that request. Everything here is perfect. Well done. So let's have a look. Gonna try and make something happen. What is that? $9.30 left. It's an interesting move. What do we got going on over here? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the rose. I'll stop at you. All right. So that was an interesting quick move. Because it just happened instantly. Just take, and then takes. So, take, check. But I'm worried about that. So I don't think taking now is good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to leave it closed. Yeah, I'm going to leave it closed. Now that's interesting. Now I will take that one. Now you've got the answers. Quick moves, quick moves. Oh, GG. I'll give you that win. Well played. Let's have a quick look. That's interesting. It's interesting that he gets a higher accuracy, but his game rating is lower. I don't understand how that could work. Where I have a lower accuracy, but a higher game rating. I don't understand the game rating parts, but let's have a look. Oh, maybe... So this pawn push here was a little bit inaccurate. Should have taken. Let's have a look. Take. And then what? He takes F. And then do I take here? B6. Kick the knight away. Okay. So let's go back. And that was a mistake. That seemed like a good move too. I mean, no, it didn't. It didn't seem like a good move. It felt like opening it up. It felt strange. But this was a good move. That was very good. And yeah, that was just a big mistake from me. And then, yeah. Unfortunately, this bishop, the whole time, kind of kept it all sort of in a bit of trouble. Yeah, so... yeah. Not really much I could do here. I could have played here. Take. But yeah, being a full piece down with this bishop over here, it just didn't seem too good. Okay, let's go on to the next game. So, what was the name again? Erzan. Where are our... There we go. We'll set the challenge. And I'll just set up my board again real quick. All right. What about moving your king over, then the rook trying to pin the queen to the king? Oops. And then what was the next move? What I do? I did here. I should have gone here. I don't know why I didn't. I think I was just worried about that kind of stuff. But then that doesn't work. I've got to go back. Apparently I've got to move the king up. So that just feels weird. But yeah. Did I send the request? Sending now. Why are you stressing? No need to stress. It's all fun and games. Let's see if board is connected. It's not yet. So we'll just make a move. Try to connect it again. That's a good move. That kind of ruins everything I was going for. Yeah, same here. I'm just sort of playing. I'm in a not a great mindset today for games, unfortunately. Um, I can't. I think I got a win at the beginning of the stream, and then my second game was horrendous, and then yeah. Um, so I'm just sort of mucking around. I don't really play the perk too much, so I'm not sure if my attack on the king side has done much, or if it's just sort of put me in a bad position. Yeah, I'm not really sure here. En passant. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. I just sort of played the move. I kind of get this mindset of like, I've got a certain idea for an attack going on, and then I just sort of go with it. And yeah, that was, yeah, it's definitely not my day as far as good moves are going. Which it's a bit of a shame because I feel like I'm playing well, but I'm definitely making a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that as soon as I made the move. I could have also moved my rook out of the way too, I guess, because, yeah, that's all right. It's just sort of, yeah, just sort of playing games now. Ooh, I think I need to get some water after this. I am just seeing things that are completely incorrect today. It's just no good. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, good game. That was just, geez, I am not doing well today. Let's have a look. But before we do, I'm just going to grab a.
Don't worry about that game. It's on the next one. Yeah, he's on the next one. Clock still ticking, yeah, his lesson just begun. Pieces hit the board and his whole heart sank. Sat there staring like, how did miss that? No prep, rush moves, played it all wrong. Thought he saw the tactic, stared at it too long. Silence in the room while he's shaking his head. Beacon maybe kept, just lives in his head. Every loss heavy when he's chasing the climb. Every wrong move, let the wind back in his mind. Tells himself study, tells himself focus. But the score, she's staring back like he's hopeless. Looks at the board, barely says a breath. Man, he really threw that game to death. Loser. Yeah, they saying he a loser. Blunder like a club room loser. Trap his queen like nice maneuver. He's looking at the board like, who even taught it? Trains every night and still forgot the structure. Wanted to play solid, ended up chaotic. Chess got dreams, but the moves look comic. Yeah, he felt his time, yeah, he played it dumb. Whole chat watching like, what's he done? But he's writing those mistakes down one by one. Next time he the one saying checkmate, son. So laugh right now, yeah, he earned that bruise. Long way back, but he refused but lose.
Yeah, there was definitely good game, by the way. Good game. There were definitely a lot of mistakes on my side, especially towards the end. You can see all the blunders coming in from both of us. Apparently, that's a blunder too, which I thought was a really good move that you found. Obviously, discovered attack, but there's got to be something here. So, did I do a brilliant move? I mean, I had a good attack going, but then I didn't really follow through with it. Let's have a look. So that's a blunder, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so what I did notice after I moved was I could have simply gone with my idea. You can't take here because of the pin. So even though that's apparently not a great move. So you can't... Yeah, I completely spaced out here. But let's go back to that en passant that you were talking about. En passant and you're cooked. is what you said. So if I took... I mean, you've got 3 ways to capture back. I don't think en passant would have done anything. And I took the pawn with a knight. That was brilliant. So I think en passant would have been very, very good for you. So I don't think en passant was... when I took the pawn with a knight, it was brilliant. I mean, we're using different engines, but do I have a brilliant move in here? I don't have a brilliant move. Not on my engine anyway. So yeah, I should have gone up here. And yeah, I didn't even notice that. The pin. I was a mess this game, but good game, well played. Yeah, I don't know which move you're referring to, which was brilliant, but because I don't see either of these as being brilliant. I mean, if you were to take, that would have been brilliant, because then it's just simply checkmate in 1. So yeah, but yeah, good game, good game. I'm gonna play one more game, one more rated game, because how have I done for my rated games today? Let's have a look. I hate that they upgraded chess.com. How have I done for my rated games today? I won a game, and then I lost a game. So now we need to, yeah, it's in the Pirc defense. So I feel like that's something that goes with it. Like, it's just one of those aggressive games, and I am surprised that you castled kingside, because when they go for this setup, one of the good strategies is not to castle, but rather push the pawn. And then when they move up, you push the pawn. And this pawn is coming down to attack this knight at some stage. I've had some very good games with here. Now they come up, trade, and you don't need to worry about the knight coming in, because the rook can simply come across. So we'll go back to the beginning. Preventing your knight from coming here, because the bishop wants to go here and the queen wants to come here, is the idea. Does weaken the king side, so they're probably going to castle queen side now. But yeah, that's the idea there. Push here, and then push up here. And a queen side attack is coming if they choose to castle. So it's a lot of fun. I don't play the Pirc, so I don't see this too much anymore, but I have played in the past, and it's been pretty challenging to deal with. Of course, if they ever go, oops, what do we got here? We're not going to do that. Probably would have done that instead. But if they ever go here, take, push, and if they ever come in here, the knight simply protects the rook, and they go back. So it's a fun game. All right, let's see if we can end our last game with a win. I'm probably going to come back and stream in a few hours. I realized when I took my board away that it wasn't charging, and that's because I didn't turn on the PowerPoint. So that's why the board was cutting out. The Scotch opening. Yeah, I don't really play the Scotch too much. So I am going to do one rated game, though, because I want to try and end this session with a little bit of rating points going up. So, but I will be back in maybe 2 hours. I'll come back and I'll do this again. But I am going to be streaming at this time each week, both today and yesterday at this time. So let's just turn off the board and turn it back on again because it's been a while. And let's go. Play online. We'll play a rapid game. Turn the board on. Okay, we're black. Did my board not connect? There we go. All right, so we're going to try and win going to try and win a game. I'd like to think I'm a nice guy. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Now we're going to go for the black lion again. Again, don't really know what I'm doing here, but that's part of the fun. Something in my mind is telling me to play g5. Then I can push, kick that away, and take the pawn. Was what a bear? A beer. Beer? No, this is just water. I'm not going to go for that plan. I'm simply going to attack the center. Yeah. I wonder, maybe this is a plan later, after I've castled. But yeah, I got to get out of that habit of playing so aggressively. Do I have a favorite chess meme? No, I'd make my own. Can I do this? Can I do that? It honestly feels a bit dangerous. Oh yeah. And the dramatic final boss music comes on. Yeah, that's a really good one. The look on his face. Ah, it doesn't work. So if I push, he goes back. So it doesn't quite work. So I'm just going to go for development. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Um, yeah, it's definitely a funny video, but I didn't know about the not understanding the clock part. Ezekiel, welcome. What type of board is this? This is the Chessnut Pro. I currently have my Chessnut Move on charge. I forgot to charge it last night. So I will be streaming again a little bit later with that one, but this one here is Chessnut Pro, which is actually one of my favorite boards. Okay. Do I go for the free pawn? Push, move, take. I don't see a downside. So I'm going to do it. And I will quickly show, you can always check out this website here, wiki.com/chestnut. And it's got all the boards listed here. So the one I'm using right now is the Chessnut Pro. And I've actually done videos on it too. So I've done a couple of reviews on it. I've also done videos on how to use it correctly during training and how to upgrade it. So it's a pretty good board. And there's other boards here as well that you can check out. And I've done reviews for all of them. So feel free to head over there and you can check out any of the boards that I've done. Now we've won a pawn, but I don't think it's over yet. He used a different type of clock. I'm not sure how many types of clocks there are for chess. Maybe different time controls. Obviously there's all different types of clocks, but I would assume that they all function the exact same way. Yes, well, does it have magnets? No. Are there boards that have magnets? Yes. The Chessnut Go has magnets. But the problem with the Chessnut Go is you can see the size of it. So if you like the board I have, the Chessnut Go is tiny compared to it. I can actually show you, I can get it after this game. But yeah, the Chessnut Go is a good little travel set. But it's not it's not like a tournament-sized board. A wooden board with magnets, not for electronic boards, not for this brand. Why would you want magnets out of curiosity? I don't really want to trade knights. Do I? I feel like I don't want to trade the knight. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, magnets can be good, I guess, but I just don't understand why you would want them over a non-magnetic board. The picture on your account, I didn't see it. I'll have a look after the stream and I'll let you know next time, all right? Didn't even see it. I need to develop. I also want to get the bishop off the diagonal. That's why I'm going to play here. I want to push... Oh, sorry, I don't have the board up. There we go. Apologies. We might end up giving back the pawn, but this bishop is it's giving a lot of issues right now. Apologies about that. When I switch back to the game, I switch back to the analysis board, not the regular game. I think I'd like to get my knight in here, and if he trades with either of the pieces, I'm happy to trade back with the pawn. Okay, what is that? I think the right move is just to kick him away. I think 9 minutes left, so we're doing okay for time. I think the right move is to kick him away. Or I could simply develop my bishop. Maybe that's the right move. Develop the bishop. Even if I develop the bishop and get him back here, that's still good. Because he's not going to take, because that's just winning for me. But if I develop, and he goes here, and I go here, then he goes here, and then I go here, and then he goes back. I'm going to get a little pocket for the bishop. It's not ideal, but I also really want to get this rook out of this pin. So yeah, getting the rook out of the pin. And Yeah, I do plan on kicking this knight out, but also pinning the bishop to the queen is also nice as well. In fact, no, that doesn't work. I was looking at that and then that, but then he takes, and then I take, and then he takes with check, and then the king moves, and then the queen gets out of the way, so that's not good. But instead, if I go here, I think I've got a win here. If I kick him away, he goes back, and then I pin the bishop, and then on the next turn, I can come down here. He can always go here and then here, but I've got the knight protecting as well. Maybe it could be a case of one of these moves is correct and one is incorrect in the move order. Let's explore the pawn first. He goes back. I come across. And then he goes here. And then I come back. And if he takes, I take there first. Okay. I think that... Absolutely. Do it. That's my advice. Yeah, do it. Experiment with it. Keep in mind that some videos will never take off, and you'll put a lot of effort into it only to have nothing happen. For example, I just did one a few days ago. I play it on here on the stream, but it's one of those ones that just sort of, it never took off. Okay, I did not see that move. I didn't see that move. Okay, so if I go here and he takes the pawn, I can block the defense of the knight, attacking both at the same time. I think that might be the go. I would be very, very impressed. Although, how would I react without actually knowing your name? I'd probably be like, "Oh, cool, somebody won." But yeah, if I knew anyone who wins a national or World Cup tournament, very impressed. Even just winning a school tournament, a high school championship or something like that, very impressive. Yeah, there's not really much else I can say about that. Anyone who wins tournaments, doesn't matter what age, they've put in the work, and it should be celebrated. In fact, I was in New York, and I was at the Scholastic New York Championships, and it had about 1,400 kids there. And I got to give out some prizes to the winners. And yeah, it's just like when you see their trophies that they get, in America, their trophies are huge and very impressive. Now, I did miss a move here, a little in-between move, but I think that's still fine. I was looking at knight here, but now I'm actually looking at knight here. That looks even better. Yeah, that looks good. I like that a lot more. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you have a FIDE rating yet? I better start playing a bit quicker, I think. There's no bishop to a3. Rook d4. I did look at rook d4, but I didn't quite like it. Hillbilly attack. I'm not familiar with the hillbilly attack. I am familiar with the fried liver, though. How am I doing for points? I'm only up +1. I should be doing better. I must have made a mistake. But yeah, I am going to focus for the next couple of moves just to catch up on time a little bit. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I am going to take a break soon too. So thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night. Yep, I saw that coming. Pretty much when he went there, there's no way out. So rock up, and yeah, he's just gonna simply lose another piece no matter what he does. He could try to trade, but just go over here. And if he tries to go here, well, just take, and you know, these pawns are not going to be enough. So I do think I'm going to end it here for now. I was going to use the move board, but it was not charged. My bad. I plugged it in, but I forgot to turn on the PowerPoint. Live and learn. Tip of the day. Don't forget to charge your boards. Look, the boards that I do use are available over here, wiggy.com/chessnut. And if you want to check out any of these, you can simply click on the board that you're interested in. And I've done review videos on them as well. Not only review videos, but also tutorials on how to get better results from using the boards. So, yep, there they go, they loaded. So, like for example, I've got the opening trainer down there. So feel free to check out the website and see if you like any of the boards. And if you have any questions of them, feel free to leave a comment or pop into any of my live streams. All right. That was a good game to finish on. So I'm going to put on a little victory screen and then I will call it a day and I'll